see how Lux can control Carters, maybe kill him while he's doing his ulti animation in order to save the
Yeah.
team. You do see that when AD carries play against Carters, they'll use Vayne. If they have Vayne, they'll use their heal. But then that was if the opposite side. So I'm not sure why Vayne would not go for maybe a cleanse. But I suppose because Skarner's Impale will not work with cleanse. I mean, cleanse cannot cancel Skarner's Impale. So that's why he's not going to go for that. But go for heal instead for anything more defensive. Maybe like Ignite for offensive and anything else. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting game for us to see. We do see, I believe, that the early advantage will go to MLE. As you know, we did see Nidali, well, Stanley's Nidali more specifically, go against the Yorick against M5 for 2 matches, and his Nidali just totally stormed the opponents. And this is something that we hope to see today. Maybe we start to see a great display of Nidali, because Nidali is just one of those hybrid champions. Sorry, I was scared there because my client almost crashed just now. So you saw a shock on my face, but everything's fine now. We'll be moving into the game quite shortly. So what do you think on the odds? Do you think Mundo or Skarner is a stronger jungler?
I think overall BKT they need to they cannot be passive in their lane. They have to get a little bit of advantage to push to allow their team comp to show their potential, because they are actually a very late game team comp. So if they just sit in their lane not doing anything, MLE I think they will
be aggressive,
yeah.
take advantage of that. Yeah, because they're going more for late game composition. So this will be something we will have to see. Mundo, more aggressive jungler in the early stage in terms of ganking. Level 2, level 3, he can gank no problem. And right now we're just going to move into game, and it has begun. We see all the boots being brought up so quickly. That's how all games are being played, and they leave the base just by 10 seconds. Start moving off from the outer area. And we do see that MLE pinging on the red side of their own area. I believe that's the places they want to ward up, because Mundo does not need blue. He can go for the early raid, taking the early red buff instead of going to blue. Sorry, I got stuck there. And so someone asking you to talk more about Skarner, Don, since you are a jungler and they want to know a bit more about it. So Skarner overall, how is he played?
Skarner used to be one of the #1 jungler in the game. Then they nerfed Skarner, and a lot of people they feel that Skarner wasn't good enough anymore, because you need a lot of mana to sustain in the jungle to actually clear as fast as the other junglers in the game. But after they buffed the neutral hit, that they allow the junglers to recover a little bit of mana. So as long as you are being you save a little bit of mana when you are jungling, you don't just use excessively, you should be fine with Skarner. And the only problem with Skarner is that you just need to secure your first blue. If you can do that, you'll be fine throughout your whole game.
And right now we are having some connection problems into our server for both MLE and BKT side, I believe. So right now the game is going to stop for a bit. And we did see right there a very good placement of players for MLE side that immediately dewarded one of the wards planted by BKT in the early stages just now, as you saw.
Yeah.
So this is actually a heavy advantage, I would have to say. Losing that one ward, and it served a purpose of seeing where two champions were at that point of time. But overall, you can't see what's happening right now, and they need to be very careful if they want to rush in right now, I would have to say. So with the early pickup of CS, I would have to say, killing wards actually is considered as CS in this game. It's actually called as one CS.
And Israel can actually go back and buy an extra pots if you wanted to.
Yes, because he did get the ward there right there. So this just some of the interesting facts. Sometimes clearing certain things, they don't grant gold. Like even Yorick's minions give you a lot of CS, but it doesn't mean you're quite farmed up, which is a quite misleading factor when you play against Yorick. Like how well are you doing against him?
These early wards actually is very crucial, because let's say you ward like how a BKT ward the Wraith there. If you don't see Skarner right there, means he's either in your jungle or he's gonna be at top or mid. Yes. So it actually gives a lot of information about the whereabouts of the enemy's jungler. So if you manage to take out that ward, it's actually quite useful for your own team.
Yeah, it forces the players to forces the jungler mainly to either be aggressive or passive, and they want to know exactly where they are. And for those of you guys who are saying that why are we not back to YouTube, because YouTube's service is actually down. So Own 3D is our backup service. So It's not that, we want to use own 3D. I mean, own 3D is a good service overall. But YouTube so far has been the best for most players to ever see everything clearly. But we have no choice. Yeah, because there are some changes on YouTube side. Yes, you can go complain to Google, say why for GPL such important thing, YouTube has something wrong. Yes, or our producers ask us to ask you guys to pursue YouTube apparently. So yeah, BKT side is having a bit of problem reconnecting back into the game. I believe the pings are a bit high just now, so just give us a moment. We'll come back in quite fairly soon, because from what I know, BKT side their international line is having some problems, and
Yep.
it will only be fixed on November 4th if my information is correct. So it's not November 4th yet. So
Tomorrow.
yes, which
Yes,
is tomorrow.
actually.
Yeah, they have been having a bit slight problems overall. Or maybe some guys think it's karma because BKT won against SGS and they were lagging.
But they're not playing up against
I mean, they're not playing
SGS.
about SGS, but they have to lose a match in return.
Yeah,
From
but
that.
then it seems like BKT going for that swap lanes. Vayne
The
is
lane
at
swap,
top.
yeah.
Yeah, Vayne is
Mhm.
at top actually.
Yeah, one of those good things when you play Vayne right now, or like a late game carry, Kog'Maw, it's better to do a lane swap actually because you can farm out much easier. And the support, if you play a aggressive support like Sona, they can push out the opponent's bruiser quite easily, I would have to say. They don't have a very
But
good
I
sustain.
don't see swapping lanes for going into the favor of BKT because they are going up against Nidalee,
Mhm.
and Nidalee, she can just farm from far, and she also have her own sustain.
Yeah.
So let's say MLE actually force the dragon or place like that, BKT will have one member down, or actually two members away from their team.
Hmm. Yes. And here we go. We're going to move back into the game. Right now, the game has switched back because everyone is back reconnected, so there won't be that much problems at all anymore. So yeah, so here we see Mundo just waiting to take his raid right there. And we see, wow, the wards and trap being placed very well. And here we see, wow, the sneaky as you're going to try to, whoa, and he actually does steal the big wave right there. I think you just missed the action right there, yes. And this is what a lot of people are doing right now. When they counter jungle, they just want to take one of the waves. And see, we saw Azure do that. And now we see they're actually going to go for the blue. They want to stop Yorick from taking the blue. They anticipated this lane swap. And here Misery is moving in. And he will be able to get this blue. Yorick is going to go to the lane without any blue. And top lane will be Azure as well as Lulu. I think Lulu going to bot or making. They want to go for early gang. What do you think about that? Misery does not actually smite the blue. It's going to go for its own raid immediately after stealing the blue. Wow.
This is actually an expected play coming from BKT. Having that Yorick and Mundo means that Mundo will start raid, and Yorick he would want that blue, early blue, so he can 2v1 easily.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be doing that in this tournament or in any tournament right now, it's kind of expected, and a lot of teams will be
prepared for it.
to have some counterplay to that.
And then the warding for BKT was dewarded instantly right there at the wave, so they did lose out the vision right there, so they don't know what was happening. Oh, the game sound was too high. Okay, so right now, sorry, I just went to adjust the game sound. The game sound should be much less noisy, but here we see a gang coming from BKT right there, and the NND landing the cleavers twice in a row right there, bringing Snowy down to very, very low. And here he's going to try to push Snowy right away, give Yorick as much advantage as possible. And here the top lane, in terms of trading, in terms of safety of trading, it is in the favor of Azure and Lulu, I would have to say, because of the mistake shots that Azure can place as well as the Gitter lands. And he's seemingly using a lot of time trying to give Yorick as much advantage as possible, as he's unable to go and secure opponent's raid as well as his blue was being taken by the opponent. He's going to be under level for the early stages of the game, I would have to say, for NND, because he did lose out quite a bit on the jungle CS.
When Mundo gang for the first time just now, he did burn Nidalee's flash. I
Yeah.
believe when after that Nidalee keep face checking the bush, the Mundo could have just flash and cleaver again, and maybe could have gotten the kill because Nidalee was actually around 300 HP. So with his cleaver and red buff shouldn't be a problem, but I guess he wants to be a little bit safe because Skarner was around the area as well. Yeah, so surprisingly, drama is the BKT top lanes actually managed to burn Lulu Flash. I was just thinking about that. MLE were able to pressure the Sona and Vayne comp, but they managed to burn Lulu's Flash, and Lulu actually has one of the lowest movement speed among the supports. So if they don't ward properly and Mundo comes, she's gonna lose.
This one cleaver for Mundo is enough to kill opponent if you can let it at least two or three times successfully in the lane. Definitely we'll be able to crush the opponent. I will have to say for Mundo. That's what makes Mundo jungle. Going to be very hard to see how anyone escapes from Mundo gang. When you play against Mundo, it's all about juking, and if you can't juke from his cleavers, you're gonna have a bad day. He's gonna butcher you right there for the madman from zone. And here we do see overall. Give me a short time of you adjust the overall. Well, maybe I should just put these two at top since they are the top lane. Easier for you guys to see. Give an overview of what's happening on the map right there. Here we see right now, everything is slowly moving slightly in terms of overall CS. It's actually for top and mid is in the favor of BKT. I'm sorry, for MLE, but BKT because just now Mundo stayed at the bottom lane to give Yorick the advantage right there. We can see that Yorick is already at level 5 and Snore is only at level 4. But he has used up a lot of mana to try to push Snore away. So we have to see how well this plays out. And here, Mundo gonna get a bit of more EXP because Vayne and Sona did go back to heal up.
It'd be interesting to see which team actually gonna do some plays. Maybe it's a Dragon Force or anything like that, because both teams don't really have a very strong early game. They have to rely on Kaigu's Lux skill shot to land first before they can actually do anything. But if they drag this game too long, I believe BKT's comp will out-sustain and out-damage MLE's comp because of that Yorick's ultimate and Carter's passive alone. So we can see that Lulu is doing better than Sona. She have 2 CS. Compared to Sona, 0 CS.
So you're gonna compare on to how well supports can farm. Is that right?
Actually, Sona is doing better because supports are not supposed to farm.
Oh.
But I mean, in Korea, supports actually farm. So
yeah.
Korean meta. So.
Yeah, in Korean meta, the supports do farm up quite a bit, but they leave the most of the CS of the AD carry, but they do farm up a bit so they can get their aura items much faster. The Aegis of Legions Australia. So this is something that well, I would say we have yet to adapt. Like, that's why we play more aggressive support. So you can see a lot of players on our server side. I would say they prefer to play like Leona, Nunu, Blitzcrank because they want the extra money from the kills.
Because it's not as easy as to give your support farm, because it actually need a lot of coordination, because you don't like some ADs, you don't even go for that IE late game items, you just rush for a Zeal or a BT to complement the early to mid game strategy. So maybe in normal or solo queue, you don't really see this kind of thing. But in Korea, they do this a lot.
Yeah, and here you see BKT, almost training supports right there. And here the counter's ultimate will be enough. No, the shield from Lulu comes up just nice to save. And Ezreal does miss the ultimate onto Sona right there.
Yep.
Oh, I think she flashed away to dodge it because you didn't really see it, but I see that Sona's flash is burned. So I think she most probably flashed away to dodge it right there. So yeah, both sides not really that much things happening overall, but in terms of overall control, I would say it is slightly in the favor in BKT right now. Can you see here's Vayne and be able to die for the kill, and he just nice in range. He tumbles away from the tower. So yeah, almost getting a kill right there. And if he had his flash, he could have decided. I don't know. Do you think he should have decided to flash in, get the kill, and then use his heal instead? His summoners are up. Or is he afraid maybe Lulu or Lux might have come back? It would be a safer choice to just fall back.
I think it's worth it if you can really go for that first blood, especially. But I guess he didn't have the confidence to actually
might miss the kill.
Yeah.
Here you see, and he tried to steal, and he does steal the raid right there. He did, of course, Riz's smite was down. And here we see a fight of the junglers, but no, they're just gonna fall back, and Kaigo trying to move back, move in to help, but because everything was disengaged right there, the guy's gonna fall back. And here we see Mundo gonna be able to secure the blue, or was it been taken? All the has been taken. All the action is up top right now, so you can see the director camera is not for everything right now. And here we see Skills gonna move in onto Snore right there. He is at level 8 while Snore is at level 6. Scarlet really needs to help him out quite now, as how Mundo did. So he's able to secure back the farm and the leveling right there.
Yeah, you're already with that Tears of Goddess, and almost for his mana, he can just farm indefinitely in the lane with that sustain of his.
Yeah, and I would say that BKT did, NDD did a good job right there, helping Yorick secure the early farm and then getting this early item so that he'll be able to dominate the lane, and no one else can be able to push him up that easily. So now we've reached the 10 minutes mark, and if you do a lane swap strategy, this is when most of the time you like to see the towers almost at 50% health, but because both teams did do a lane swap, so everything is not moving as fast as they would hope for.
But in terms of CS, sorry, MLE is actually doing better than BKT. As you can see, Israel have like around 10 more CS than
10 more CS, definitely. But in terms of the botany is doing better for a BKT as well, I would say. So slight CS difference right there, and this is what is helping MLE have that slight advantage in terms of overall goal right now. Just slightly, not that much. I would say, yeah. So this is something that is more common to see. Like Azure and Lulu will definitely be able to poke out a Vayne and Sona much better overall. Because if Sona does go for the poke, they'll return with Glitter Lance as well as a Mystic Shot.
Yeah.
And that definitely will do more damage. And here we see Vayne trying to be very aggressive, but the Phage does slow her down right there.
Yeah, you can see that both junglers picked up Oracle. I wouldn't say they are forced to pick up Oracles, but it's more of a pattern nowadays because when the with no kills on the map, Lux was still able to get Athene's Unholy Grail at 11 minutes. So excellent play by Lux Rider to farm up his lane as well as the raid.
Yes, I believe he's in clearing the waves as well. Doing a very good job actually against Carters, I would have to say. Especially since Mundo, if he does gank mid Lux, will be in trouble. But we can see that both sides are being very passive aggressive for the junglers, I would say. They want to make sure they don't get caught, that no one dies first, but more or less securing their own buffs. It's just to counter jungle by a bit, but not put them in a dangerous situation where they might get caught and die.
Yeah, Lux with her long range spell, she can just sit back and throw her E after level 5 and 6 and farm the back line of the creeps relatively safe. While Carter's actually managed to get a quite early ROA as well, so both AP are actually doing very, very well with no kills on the map still.
Yes. So right now it's just a farming game, waiting for the initiation to happen, then everything will move on to the dragon side. Both teams not wanting to be too aggressive and lose out in the end.
I would say both teams they can't really do much about anything. And the only lanes I can see is mid and top, where Lux or Sona can initiate first, then followed by a Mundo or Skarner gang. The problem is the warding are very, very good by both teams, and every single time both junglers clear the warp, it will be rewarded again, and yeah, ganks can't really happen right now.
Just both sides being very safe about this. And we here see Mundo might come in for a gang as Nidalee is a bit off, but no, he's actually just going to come in to hold the lane because Yuri is going to go back to complete his items. Just take a look at the goal he has. He has 1,770. Wow, almost 2,000 gold right there. He will complete his Manu Mune and he might straight away go for a Glacier Shot, maybe. This is one of the more common items, but no buying a Kinder Gem. Going to move into the Spirit Visage, going for more sustain instead. So yeah. Oh, here we see, well, Lulu being a bit too aggressive, and here they might be able to catch Sona. Yes, they do catch Sona. Here the fight happens, and Cerberus is easily being taken down by the laser combo from Lux right there. And here we might see the top lane going down as well, as they saw that Mundo was at bottom, but in response to this, they're going to lose the top. We do see that BKT is going to move directly into the dragon at the bot side. So here it's going to be a tower trade for a dragon, and it's going to be very easy for them to clear it out with the help of the goose. And wow, Skills actually uses the ghost form as well to quickly take down the dragon. Do not want to waste any time
That was actually a very unfortunate timing by Sona to go ward at that time, or rather, I would say, MLE actually timed the ward from Sona, so they were able to catch Sona. But BKT actually responded that very well by going for that dragon, knowing that they have no Skarner wasn't there to actually attempt for a steal or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's still equal in both teams in terms of goals. But now that Dragon is gone, we should see more aggressive plays by both junglers, because after they secure their buff, they don't really have anything to do.
Yes, and right now in this current meta, just farming in the jungle doesn't give you that much goal.
Yep.
Yeah, you need to apply more pressure on.
Especially on Mundo, because he's only have 1 GP5 right now, while Skarner have 2 GP5s.
And here we see they might be able to get a kill on the Skills. The exhaust go down, everything goes down. Lulu's ultimate goes down, saves Snoy right there, and Skills be slowed down. Here we see the flash and pounce it, and Carter's ultimate coming up might be able to take the kill onto Snoy, but no, it's not going to be enough as well. In early stages, Carter's without that much AP, his ultimate does not hurt that much, I will have to say. And here we see again going on to Kaigu. Kaigu being caught off, but nope, they're not going to choose to dive him actually.
Yeah, the problem with BKT's lineup is that they don't have any stuns or snare apart from Sona. So they have to rely Sona to either initiate or bait ganks into Sona, while BKT, MLE, they have snare from Lux, they have a polymorph from Lulu, they have even flash impale from Skarner. So they have a lot of options for them to initiate, while BKT, they can only rely on that Sona and maybe
Mundo popping his ultimate, charging like a boss. Either one to start the fight. Yes, so we do see the lane swap happening, and MLE going to be very aggressive, going to try to take down the bottom turret as well, as this is how the lane swap strategy is done. Once you break the top, you're going to swap the bottom lane's AD and support to go down to bottom to break the other tower as well. And here we see Sona and Vayne trying very hard to pressure it, but here, because of MLE brewing a D-ward right there, they have to fall back. And without the safety of the first tower, they just have to fall back really, really far in order not to be not to be caught once again. So you see, wow, we are just ignoring Skills right there, doing 3 more hits onto the turret before moving back from those ghouls right there. Being very aggressive. And he does have his Sheen as well as his, when break setup up, I would have to say, he can sustain it back quite well overall. Yeah, but in terms of advantage, it's slowly moving into the side of MLE because they did get the first tower first.
Yeah, that is actually very huge. It allows MLE to swap the lane against, and Israel and Lulu came to bottom and pushed that lane. Now they have secured two towers, and they're actually controlling the map, even in BKT's jungle. Sorry.
Yeah. Once the towers are broken, there's more freedom to run in and not be afraid, because you have more space to run at the same time. You know, there are times when you just dive in like a boss and then you just forget that the tower is still there. You run back to the lane and like, oh crap, the tower is still there. You die to the tower. Those are like small mistakes that a lot of players will make, because you know you're diving so far.
As you can see, because of those 2 towers, BKT is actually down by 2,000 gold. So if you can't really get kills to gain advantage, you exhaust. What you can do is you exhaust the enemy from farming. And how do you do that? Is you farm, you push your lanes, you control their jungle rather, and you control their buffs. And in the end, you get more gold and you have more items, and then you can force a team fight, and they can't do anything about that.
This is like how you secure the objectives to lead the advantage to your side. Like you can see that MLE is doing, I won't say that BKT is doing a bad job. I would have to say that MLE got that chance just now at the top lane, and they're taking advantage of it to the full. They're fully utilizing the advantage. Yeah. As Skarner is just walking around dewarding, not even going to gank, do any harsh ganks. It's just controlling overall side of BKT, so that Vayne and Sona will not venture too far to farm. As well at the same time for Skills, Like when his blue buff ward was taken off, he had to be more passive than aggressive.
BKT, their comp, they actually want a team fight, but the problem is, as I said just now, they don't have that initiate capability coming from their lineup. So all they are doing right now is just farm and I guess wait for a miracle or something.
Make for America.
Yeah.
I mean, if the team fight does happen, if Vayne is just a PD, would be enough to take off most members from MLE, I would have to say. And with the ghost from the ultimate from Yorick, they might be able to win a team fight because if they do burst down Carter's first, if they do stay in the fight to try to kill Vayne, Carter's will still be able to do a lot of damage with his defile as well as Layways.
Because of Yorick's ulti alone, it's very hard to engage on BKT. I mean, who do you want to kill if you focus down the Vayne, the Yorick will just revive the Vayne again. If you focus down the Cutters will die, but he still have his passive, or even Yorick will ultimate the Cutters,
Well,
and
Cutters,
while
yeah.
Vayne is still shooting at you.
So Skarner's ultimate will be the main. Well, what was the correct word? Will be the
The
something
good,
about
the good thing about
the main-
The good thing about Skarner is that a lot of people don't actually use it as a defensive purposes. Like usually people will just flash ulti someone for his team to burst at someone to kill someone. Or instead what you can do, especially against the cutters, is you focus on the cutters, and when he almost die, the Skarner can pull the cutters away from the team fight and go back to the team fight, while cutters basically can't do anything about it because he's so far away and he already dead. Yeah.
One of the counters to Carters I would have to say is definitely Skarner. Tristana can be it as well, but Tristana needs to time the last hit very well so that as the last hit is flying out, she uses her Buster Shot and pushes Carters away, and the last auto attack is the one that kills Carters, so he is dead far away. His defile and layways will do no damage to your team. And here we see right now BKT going to secure the Dragon objective. Wow, the flash slow right there onto the Benga, the Wall of Pain coming a bit slow, will not be able to hit onto Lulu right there, so they're going to be able to secure this dragon. But we do see Nidali being a split pusher at the top lane, might be able to bring down the top tower very easy as well. So now the dragon taken will. And yes, here we go, the Flash Crescendo. This is something that needed to initiate, as we mentioned earlier, but the bind does stop them. But here they do take down the Oracle as well. It is in the favor of BKT. But right now, instead of moving back, I think BKT should actually be just pushing into the mid lane. They should take this as an advantage and try to break down the mid lane, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, they should just keep pressuring the lane because their MLE's tank is down and Nidalee is still at top. So I mean they can't really back in time to save that tower. So they
anyway.
just
Yeah. No, I mean, they couldn't be back in time to save the tower.
they should just push that tower and maybe secure 2 towers actually. But
but instead they all went back, and then NDD tried to deward and he sacrificed his lives for that and lose the Oracle as well. So they made a good initiation at the dragon, taking the kill, taking on the Oracle. But then after that, they were too worried that Nidali is going to push into the base, so they decided to all fall back, which is, I would say, bad call. I would say.
Oracle at this point is very crucial because you can't gang and you have to control your map so that you don't get caught by any of the MREs or even BKT's member. So an Oracle is actually very crucial, and as you can see, Sona's in BKT side, Sona has picked up the Oracle after the Mundo lost his. Because if a jungler actually keep rebuying Oracle over and over again, he won't have the money to actually be tank for the team. So MLE side, no one bought an Oracle yet, so we'll see how they respond to this map control.
Because both sides, they're not going to go for the Oracle once again, I believe. Yup. No, sometimes it's not too smart to buy. You just buy the Oracle once again because the next team fight might occur at this point of time in the 20 mid game, past 20 minutes. So right now it comes to the point where they need to secure separate objectives. As you can see, BKT is trying to secure the tower, so to help to gain more area in the map presence. But they might lose the mid turret instead because just now all members were around and not defending. So my skills actually going to apply more pressure, not going to fall back to defend. And BKT tried to follow up in stopping MLE from falling back, but no, they're actually just going to. It's going to be very safe, I'll have to say.
The funny thing is that both teams they can't really initiate on anything. It's very hard for them to even. I mean, it's even hard. It's actually quite hard for MLE to initiate on BKT because they have Yorick and Cutters. But when both teams try to split push or maybe a base race, they don't really know how that will end up in their favor because they can't really calculate that. As you can see, when when MLE tried to push mid while Yorick at top, they actually backed off because they're kind of worried that they might lose that race.
And here we see Kaigo being taken off by MVM right there, diving right in, and the Kata's ultimate is used just to secure the kill, just in case. But very proud of that. And here we might really see BKT move into the Baron because they do have Vayne, and Vayne just loves hitting on the Baron. It's very easy. With the silver boss proccing, doing 200 damage each 3 hits. That's true damage. It's very fast for them to take it down, and this early stage of the game is going to be very easy. So you're going to see how well Skarner is going to be able to play this off, whether he'll be able to steal the Baron from BKT, which is a very heavy factor whether they will lose this game or let's say for this in this stage and this point in time.
That was very unfortunate for Kaigo to be caught at that particular time because BKT is strong enough to secure that Baron while MLE they can't really ask Skarner to flash. I mean, his flash was down, but you can't really expect Skarner to flash and still try to get that Baron when Skarner is actually 2 levels below Mundo.
Yeah, the smite damage is very much different. Yeah, but sometimes you have to take the choice, but when you take it, whether it's going to be good or not, it's also something you can really think about because if Skarner did die from there trying to flash and smite, they will have no one else to tank and defend the second tower right now, and we could see that MLE could actually have pushed in very easily. I would have to say, and here we see wow MVM being very aggressive right there, trying to put out the damage, dish out the hurt onto BKT, and with the Baron buff, they're just going to take a few hits, but slowly regen back the health, no problems at all. And they do have Sauna heal and addition and extra, I would have to say. So they definitely have no problems. Having a sustained fight will be in their favor.
Yeah, with that Baron buff, it's very advantageous for BKT. They can just push a little bit and back off when Skarner try to initiate, and then push again. While having, even if they get poked, they can just rely on that their own sustain and Baron buff to regen them again. And in the end, they will have more HP and more mana than MLE when they're sieging the tower.
Oh wow, okay. I just realized. Woo. Whoops. Since we are not since this game is going to be there's going to be something else not happening, can we switch back to us for a bit so I can do some sell changes because I guess you guys are hearing my Skype apparently. So yeah, so Gordon will continue talking about the game while I do this slight fix. Talk. Don't be so shy.
So Skarner actually tried to initiate on Vayne, but I mean, how do you want to initiate on Vayne after those nerfs on his ultimate? And Skarner actually paid the price, and he got caught.
And here we see BKT actually going to be very aggressive right there, going to be able to secure a lot of kills, 2 kills, almost securing the third one as well from that fight. And with the Baron buff as an addition to everything, is definitely into their favor, I'll have to say. I don't expect that Skarner to be too aggressive to try to pull in Vayne just now. Yeah, Baron buff Vayne. And everyone was out of position to actually follow up from that. So we might see the inhibitor drop off from this time, and I think it will. They definitely will right there. There's nothing much.
Down.
Yeah.
Not too sure where. I think I missed it.
Oh. No, Lux went down after Skarner went down.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. Just now when they were chasing onto her, as well Skarner's ultimate did land the final hit. So right now BKT is definitely going to move into a free dragon and then push another lane. So let's just move back slightly to what we missed because I had to do that slight change so you guys will not be able to we'll be happy, I'll have to say. Not to hear all the weird noises, and here we will go moving into it. Let's speed up this. It should happen somewhere around here, I believe. Yes, and we do see the pings go off. And here we see, here is when Skarner tries to initiate onto Vayne, and he is the one that gets caught instead when he was alone. And here we see the whole team charging into MLE and see Kaigo here getting hit by the cleaver and then getting slowly poked down by Vayne. And he dies to Vayne actually. It wasn't Carter's ultimate that's taking him off. So now we're just move back into the live view right now. And that was what happened. And we see BKT securing the dragon, and after that they guys moving in to apply as much pressure as possible as they can.
Skarner is strong, but the problem is, I mean, it's the same as yesterday's game. Who is he gonna pull right now? If he can't really pull the Vayne because he have QSS. If he pull another person, it will still get revived by cutters. So right now, it's quite hard for Skarner to actually do anything, and he can't really tank anything as well.
Definitely. So you can see right now BKT just securing all the advantages, and even though MLE is right there, they had I would say slight misposition and miscommunication right there, where they got caught off quite a few times, and right now they're just pushing everything to BKT's favor. I would have to say.
BK.
So yeah, so I think this game with the difference of level for the junglers as well as it's going to be very hard for Skarner to do anything because he hasn't. He's about to reach 30 minutes and Skarner's still level 10. He hasn't even get his second level of his ultimate right there. The damage is actually very low, I would have to say.
The thing about Skarner is you want to be aggressive. You want to be the one who initiate first. But right now they cannot really do that because BKT have a stronger lineup and stronger items at the moment.
Yeah.
So maybe MLE need to figure out something whether to just stay and hold their lane or maybe do a split push or something.
Mm, yeah, definitely. As we can see, if Skarner does try to charge in, there is a wall of pain as well as a Mundo Cleaver waiting for him if both of them well do work out that well, I would have to say. Uh right now I believe that BKT is just gonna slowly pull down this tower and definitely there's nothing much. The wall of pain goes down and it's forcing ML members to fall back, and this will be a free turret for BKT as they slowly move into the base right there. Oh, I it's going to be very hard. Right now, when you have when you are at a disadvantage, the last thing you want to happen is being caught out of your base. You really want to try to engage the fight into your base because there's more space for you to run and more towers to defend you when, especially your Nexus turrets are still up as well as your base turret is still up. You force them to try to dive onto you. You try to let the main people to take as much damage from the turret towers so that they will fall down. Extra damage being dealt while you're still in disadvantage position. So this is what MLE needs, but we need to see how well they control this and whether they can turn this into their advantage and they'll be able to win the fight. If BKT choose to dive in with a Crescendo as well as a Mundo, diving just with his ultimate bring proc like that.
MLE they need to figure out something whether they just need to find opportunity to engage on BKT because after BKT finish the sieging, they will go back and buy some GAs, and that's the end of the game right there because you can't really kill anyone at that point.
Yes, and also by that point of time, they were just waiting for the Baron to come up as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and just gonna secure it very easily. I would have to say. Now with Carter's with his Rabadons and Vayne with the PD as well as Bloodthirster, taking out Vayne is actually a simple task for BKT, and you can see right there they're just dancing around, waiting for it, or just to see whether they can catch onto it. And here we see they had those spot MLE coming, and here we see the Carter's Wall of Pain being dished out, right? They're going to stop MLE from charging in. And, well, there's nothing much he can do. Here's see Misery trying to charge in. Most probably going to try to steal the Baron, but not the fault. The laser is just way too soon. And the smite used a bit too early on the side of Misery because that was his last ditch effort, I would have to say. And they do take out Lilia because he was standing out in the front lines, but the Cutter's ultimate does take down Skarner. And here we see everyone charging in right here. Vayne going to be very aggressive, I would have to say, and being slowed down by the glitter lens. Right there.
Fail flash by Sona.
Yes. Something to mention. Here we see, getting hit by the cleaver. It is the end of Kaigo right there. Just getting hit by the cleaver at this stage of time with a Vayne behind. It's just one cleaver and that's it. You're definitely going to be burst down very easily. So I think
Surprising
this will be
turnaround for this
GG.
game actually. I mean,
Yeah,
if Kaigo didn't get caught right there, and BKT didn't secure that Baron, I wouldn't.
I would say it wouldn't have been such in favor
Yeah.
of BKT because that's when they start to build up the advantage.
Because after they took the two towers, they actually control BKT's jungle.
Mhm.
But after Kaigo got caught, they lost every advantage that they had.
Yes, definitely. They lost the Baron, they lost the towers, they lost the overall advantage of sight as well as control of the map. They're forced to play defensive after that. Especially since BKT's lineup is more of an end game lineup with the Baron buff. It just adds up so much to their overall damage and sustain in the team fights. So it's
But
something
I
you
mean,
want to avoid.
in terms of CS, Lux and Israel actually is doing very. I mean, even in Italy, they are doing very well. It's just that they lost in terms of the global goals, and it really affects Skarner especially.
Yes.
But I mean, if they just drag this game for a little bit more, maybe they can put up a good fight and turn the game around again for them.
Yes, we had to see because Lux is really dishing out a lot of damage. Actually, she does have a death cap. She does have a lazy last rod soon to complete her Zonias as well. I would have to say, but You have to see how well she'll be able to burst down Vayne, which is the main factor right now, whether they can win. Because Vayne doesn't have a GA, but he does have quick Silver Sash, and he's bought another Zeal actually. Not going to go for more damage, but actually going to go for more attack speed and mobility. This is something we'll just have to wait and see what happens. This will be the last fight will be commencing very soon, I'll have to say. As well, they're all right there in position. The laser just going to clear the minion wave, going to delay the inevitable by a while, and Kaigo is just trying to poke up. But here, NDD as Mundo just charging like the madman he is, and just going to take down the hits from the turret, no problem at all, as he does have quite a bit of HP and tankiness from Aegis of Legions. And here we see, wow, Carter's actually going to pop his ultimate a bit early.
No, they're using that Carter's ulti to force MLE to pull back a little bit so
they can take down the tower.
Take down the tower. And right now there are no inhibitors up for MLE.
And this will be it. And here you see Xera's being pulled in. And here the Solar Crescendo does go out. She gets burst down, and but everyone else is just slowly walking through the wall of pain. And Vayne is just killing every single one of them right there with the ghost as well. And here we see this is MLE's last ditch effort. I guess she's going to charge out, going to try to stop BKT from ending the game. But Lux Laser is just going to miss right there. And with the super minions putting on the pressure, actually going to just fall back. And let the minions
what happened do the right
job.
there was Skarner tried to put the squishiest target in BKT's lineup, but even that they couldn't burst her down. Sona still managed to out everyone in their team, and
if they could kill Sona before the Crescendo appeared, then it would had been in their favor, but they just couldn't do it right there.
I think the game is pretty much ended. I mean, nothing at MLE can do unless they can actually they could ace BKT and just straight up push until the end of the Nexus.
I believe the inhibitor should be spawning up quite soon for MLE. So they still have the last efforts they can do, but you can see because everything is gone mainly for the side of the base, BKT is charging from every single area. If MLE is caught off with one person alone, easily just killed, and they'll secure the win from there, I'll have to say. Now we do see the last push coming. As usual, he's trying to secure the blue. Did he take it? Or is he just going to move back after that? Yep, he tried to take the blue, but he's just forced to move back because he does see BKT moving into the base already. The trio of them, Mundo, Sona, and Vayne, just going to put the pressure onto the mid lane while the side lane just pushes in, as well as waiting for Carters and skills to come into the fray for the fight, for the last fight. And here we see Emily doing it once again, putting in Zeres, but putting him out of the Lux Laser actually right there, and unable to burst him down. And here we see Misery going to go down, and here Vayne just doing so much damage right there. The polymorph stopping him for a bit, but it's not going to stop him long enough for him to just end this in the end, I would have to say. And here it is, it's going to be a GG.
That Baron, man. that Lux got
that
caught.
Lux. Throwing the game, are you going to say that?
It's not really a throw, but it's a mistake that
it's a mistake that cost the game. Yeah, definitely.
It happens to a lot of teams.
It happens to a lot of players. Like you think you're safe, and then suddenly you just get caught in that moment of time, and then you're not doing it on purpose, but you just can't. Sometimes you just can't think of all the situations that will happen on the map, and the baddest thing just happened. Yeah.
And because of that alone, you cost you the game.
It will cost you the game, definitely. So right now, we're just gonna move into the score screen just to take a look at the overall. We can see that the kills are actually not that far apart, just 6 to 9. 6 kills for MLE and 9 kills for BKT. But overall, there's a goal difference right there coming on to Vayne. She did get 6 of the kills, as well as they did secure the dragons as well as the Baron, I would have to say, throughout the game. So that's where the slight edge is coming in from overall gold. Skarner not falling too far behind from the overall gold because he did get 2 earlier GP5s. As he did have a slight advantage in the early stages. But in the end, that was just not enough. Yeah.
I think he should have